What's up guys, welcome to this review of Chernobyl, the latest HBO Sky miniseries about the 1986 nuclear disaster and how that unfolded and what happened afterwards. So right off the bat, what did I think of this? It's absolutely brilliant. This is a near perfect TV miniseries. It's great and you have to go and watch it. So when I describe what the show is about in terms of the story, it is a historical account of the 1986 incident. You're probably thinking, right, so it's a drama. No. Well, yes and no. Yes, of course it's a drama, but more importantly, it's a horror. And that's a very, very smart, almost genius decision on the makers of this show to treat it as a horror. By doing this, by making it dark and moody and grounded and giving you really visceral imagery and just frightening ideas presented in this show, it really heightens the stakes of what's going on. It shows you how serious this is. It shows you how bad it all is, and just really smart to get that in there as the type of genre that it's going for. Now, because of that, it can sometimes be a little tough to watch. This is not going to be a show for everyone. It's very harrowing. It's very depressing. It's very, like I said, it's dark. It's gritty. It's grounded. Trying to pinpoint a single element of the show that's so tough to watch is tough, but there is one episode, episode 4, where there are certain things that happen where you really realise just the stakes of what they've got to go to, the length they've got to go to keep everyone safe and to clear up this mess. And it's upsetting, it's depressing, it's really tough to watch, so not everyone will like it. But the story, it can be a little on the slow side. There are only 5 episodes. They're about an hour long. Most of them actually go a little longer than an hour. But there are a little slow elements here and there, but it's deliberately slow. It wants you to be in this world. It wants you to be in the moment and to experience it as if this is actually happening right now. So I think that's smart as well. But one of the impressive things about the story is that it actually explains how it all happened. All the scientific elements of how like a nuclear reactor works, how it could have possibly have exploded and so on. It explains it really well in a simplified manner so any idiot can really work it out. And that's of course a really important thing that they've done, because this is a nuclear disaster. In real life, all these nuclear scientists and physicists were involved in this. It's really high-tech, complicated stuff, but this show manages to make that really accessible and easy to grasp for idiots like myself to understand. So well done on that part. But it's really revelatory, it's really educational if it's accurate. And speaking on the accuracy and how well it's been picked up by other cultures and people in Russia, they are making their own version of this, only in their version they're saying the CIA was to blame, so that's interesting. But yes, really, really good TV show. Really good accounting of the whole incident. I knew about the incident, of course, but I didn't know the specific details of it. So it's revelatory about just what the hell went down. Some of it's really mind-boggling to see just how silly certain individuals were, and it seems like ego and power got in the way for the most part. But yeah, that's what I thought of the story, that's what I thought of the show. It's absolutely brilliant. But to talk about the characters a little bit now. There are 3 main characters, 2 of which are Jared Harris and Stellan Skarsgård. They're brilliant, they're really good in this show. This is actually one of Stellan Skarsgård's best roles, I would say. They are the key individuals trying to deal with this situation, trying to fix it all. There's another one whose name I'm forgetting off the top of my head right now, but she comes in to help them out. And I believe she is a character who's actually based on multiple people, but I could be wrong on that. But the main characters are all likable, they're all pretty interesting, but the show isn't so much about them as it is about the incident itself and about the human cost and the stakes of the whole incident. But the characters are very relatable, very likable, even the side characters and the supporting characters. So for example, there's like a firefighter who you only see like twice in the whole show, but you kind of get a really good idea of what's going through his mind, what's going on in his world. He is one of the first respondents on the scene of the incident, and then you see him later on about what's happened to him. There are all these really small minor characters who keep popping up, who feel like real living beings, and you see like just the huge cost of this incident. It's really smart to have these characters pop in here and there, because it just shows you the scale of this incident and how it wasn't just the people of Chernobyl that were affected. But as for the people responsible for this, because there were people responsible, kind of partly responsible, I'll give them that, they do a good job of highlighting the incompetence of the people, the higher ups, and how hateful they can be. So there's one character, for example, who, this isn't spoilers, it's in the very first episode. All of his subordinates around him are saying, "Oh, something's wrong, this has happened, the reactor's exploded," and he's just saying, "No, it hasn't, don't be stupid." And he's just constantly just shutting them down, saying, "This is impossible, you're being stupid, you're an idiot," and constantly like suggesting that he's somehow better than him simply because he's superior to them. And firstly, that's a great performance by him, and some great lines by him. Really hateful character. And he's not the only one in there. There are others, all of which seem to be in superior, powerful roles and positions in this society. So there's clear message there that the higher ups, the government and the military, for example, not exactly the ones you want to be trusting in. There's a whole theme running through this show in that misinformation and how the government tells lies and how they are the ones telling the story. So that's run through the whole show. There's a clear, powerful message in there, and it gets really well put across. But this is a very emotional show. Even when bad things are happening to some of the smaller characters, you feel it. It makes you depressed. It gets you sad. But then there's the main characters who are dealing with this, who have to put on a brave face, basically, and make all these big decisions that are affecting millions of lives at times. And it does a good job of conveying all of that. But in terms of production, this is, again, very moody. The tone, the look of the show matches that. The cinematography is great. It's all muted, grey tones. It's set in Russia, it's set in Chernobyl, but it wasn't filmed there, obviously, because you can't go there. But the cinematography, the directing is all really well done. It matches the tone and the mood. And I've really got to praise the cinematography and directing, because one false little thing could have totally destroyed the tone and the mood, the depressing, dark mood that they went for. So if a character just had one false look, like maybe he smiled slightly, or maybe there was a slight joke, or maybe he said something sarcastically, that would completely have dismantled the tone that they went for. The fact that they've got it right and they've nailed it is really impressive. But there's great sets and props. It was filmed on location in, I think it was like Latvia or something like that, but I could be wrong. Might be in Lithuania, somewhere beginning with an L. And it looks like Chernobyl. It feels like what I'd imagine Chernobyl feels like. The only slight negative is that there are some little slow bits here and there. And that's what I thought of Chernobyl. It's definitely a must-watch, but not everyone will want to keep watching this because it's tough to watch. It's absolutely brilliant. I do recommend it. I'm not going to go into spoilers. I don't really see the point. There's not a lot to say. It is based on historical events. You kind of know what happens. And if you don't, you need to check this out because it's pretty important. So that's what I thought. Thanks for watching so far. And if you like this, give me a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate that. And of course, leave a comment and some feedback down below. Let me know what you thought of Chernobyl. I'm Grant Burton. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at @the_Grant Burton as well if you want. Any sort of support though will really be appreciated. And until next time, thanks for watching.